Handlebar bags. For me, they are hard to find at a great price, that look great and function well. So could this one be the antidote to that? This is a bag from Lumiere, and why don't we unbox it and have a look. It was about 1 year ago that I first saw these, and I saw them on Amazon, and I saw them for around the £30 mark. I think they're retailing for about 37 at the moment, but I thought I liked the look of it. There was only one problem, and that was that it came from America, so it was a bit too long to get here and you would have to pay the import tax. I do know that the company is looking at trying to bring them into the UK here, so that will alleviate that problem. But before I go any further, let's get into it. So here we go, we've got 3 of our Lumiere handlebar bags, and the mission of these guys is to deliver great products at a great price. So I think for the price they currently have listed on Amazon is a good price for what they are, but why don't we have a look and let the actual product do the talking for itself. So here we go, we've got this first one in this purple colour, which I actually like, probably more than my girlfriend will do. Then olive green, which I also really like, once again probably more than my girlfriend, and then final one in white, which I think I probably like the most because it might go with my bike the best. So here they are. Why don't we open one of them up and go into a deep dive. So here I have the white one. I thought I'd use this one because maybe you could see things a little bit better, and initially I actually like this front bag on the pocket here. It goes quite deep underneath and it's probably super easy to access whilst you're cycling, so we'll test that later this weekend to see if that is the case. I like that probably just for foods more, just so you can quickly grab a snack. Then actually you do have 2 side pockets as well, and these feel quite durable. They're almost a wetsuit material, so they feel quite strong, quite tough. But yeah, you could probably stuff like some CO2 canisters in there, or probably some more snacks, depends how snacky you are on a ride itself. And then finally, for the attachment features, what we've got here, it just looks like 2 clips, so it looks like you unclip here, pull all the way out, strap on. There is no strap going around the back here, which is fine. I don't know if you could use that for anything, but you know, let's just see how well it tests when you actually just put that on the front of the bike. From there, then why don't we take a dive into it. So the zipper here does actually have a waterproof lining on it. If it's split up like this, some water will get in, but as a whole, these are meant to be pretty water resistant. Not waterproof, but water resistant. What do we get inside here? So, first of all, one quite cool feature is that you actually get a strap for it. So you can just hook it on there around both sides and use it, almost sling it over your shoulder, which I actually think is a nice feature because it's an easy way to carry your bag if it's not on your bike. I think that's quite nice. Then also inside, what do we get? Just a little note. And there is 2 separator pockets in here. So there's one in the back if you want to keep some separate stuff, and there's another zipped one in the front here. So if you want to keep some extra stuff separate, you have an extra netted bag in the front. So in terms of functionality, it seems like it'll be quite good, but there are some things we need to test. First of all, how well does a little gilet fit in there? And actually it looks like it'll fit in there quite nicely. So I mean, it's just packed in there, it's giving you loads of space for other stuff. You could easily fit your phone in there still, and anything else that you wanted to. So that's good from the test 1. Test number 2, which is a very important test for me. I'm going to grab this. This is my Universal Colours lightweight packable jacket, and I'm just going to get stuffing in there. So get ready for a little speed up. Okay, I think if you really wanted to, you probably could stuff it in there enough and zip it closed if you spent enough time just pulling out the air, but I'm not going to do that right now. So if I'm going for a long ride and I need that jacket with me, it is a viable option, but you wouldn't be able to take much else. But as a whole, I think for most rides, this is actually a decent size. The dimensions of this product are 25 centimeters long and then it has a diameter here of 10.2 centimeters, so fairly decent width, and it will fit pretty much any handlebar. So with that, why don't we try get it on? This here is my Tarmac SL7, and it's got an aero handlebar. So let's see how well these flip clips, I'm going to call them, end up on there. Is it going to be easy? I mean, it kind of just seems like you thread it through. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Pull it to your tightness and then snap it down. Let's do the other side. Okay, that was actually really quick and easy. I think if you want to just keep these flaps down, you have this extra band here. Just an extra bit of functionality, which is quite nice to stop things flapping around in the wind. And then finally, let's have a look at what the bag looks like on the bike. So there it is, that's what it looks like on the bike itself. I'm going to try and overlay some running shots, maybe as I chat a bit more here. But yeah, it's just like your normal burrito size bag. It seems like it's fairly accessible from the top if you just want to unzip, especially if you've got no cables. It makes it much easier, especially with this stuff. It doesn't seem to move around that much really either, so I actually don't think it will. Maybe it'll jump around a little bit. We'll put it to the test on the road, which we'll head to now. This bag is a little bit too small for my drone, which is a DJI Air 2S, but that's okay. I have noticed something else here. As I've opened these colour ones, I have noticed that they have actually got a strap around the back. So it seems like maybe these ones are a newer model and they just kind of loop on there, and then you can just tie them tight with this normal elastic strap here. So that should stabilise it a bit more, especially if you've got a heavier one. Because I did also notice that the branding on the front of this one is different to these ones. So I think these coloured ones are a newer model than the white one. But I assume the white one probably will catch up. I popped one of the bags on my commuter bike here, so I went for the purple one because it went with the purple and silver theme a little bit. And you can see here, this is without the strap on the back, and it doesn't really move around much at all when you're cycling, so it does actually sit on there really well. I used it to go pick up some inner tubes, so I was trying to put them in with one hand, which didn't go so well, but with two hands it's super easy. There's actually loads of space in this bag, just as much as you need, and once it's all in there, you're ready to roll, just zip it up. It's fairly easy enough to use with one hand, especially the initial bits sometimes a little bit tricky, but generally you can open it with one hand. I also cycled it to work and it was raining conveniently for this test, and the inside stayed pretty dry, so I think that's a good sign for this bag. After this, Laura and I took the bag to the Isle of Wight and they performed really well. So she had the olive one in her bag, I had the white one in my bag, and I think they were the perfect size. You could fit loads of food in there. It's not too big, it's not too bulky, it's not too small that you can't fit stuff in it. And what was really useful was actually the pocket at the front. So if you had some food and stuff, you could just stuff the rubbish in the pocket at the front, and that way you know you actually put it in rather than trying to stuff it in your back pocket and it falling out. So I actually found the front pocket the most useful on this bag. So, they do have more colours online if you would like to have a look, and I'll link that in the description below. But apart from that, if you've had these handlebar bags or you've had something similar that you can relate to or possibly recommend on the channel here for me to have a look at, that would be great. Thank you so much for watching Cycling Unboxed, and I look forward to seeing you again in the future.